Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. Probably. Any second now.
I know this sounds insane, but this is an insane world. We have to come for them before they come for us. It's that simple.
Rick is dangerous.
He doesn't have anything to do with this.
Richard! What's going on in there?
We are done. And it's because of him.
Shut up and move!
You can you?
You haven't been through it. Not really. Not like Rick.
You keep choosing this life, you will die.
Your property now belongs to Negan.
Sucks, don't it? The moment you realize you don't know shit.
What's going on, Walking Dead fam, fellow Roshoners and shippers alike? It's your girl Lynn here with the third installment of the Rise and Fall of Savage Rick. Before we get started, do me a favor and smash those like and subscribe buttons and hit the notification bell so you will be alerted whenever I drop new content. Now that we have the housekeeping out of the way, let's jump into the subject of this video. Season 6 starts off with a bang. Deanna has damn near relinquished her duties as leader to Rick. He heads up an operation to lead a massive herd of walkers away from Alexandria. Everything is going as planned when disaster strikes. A loud horn sounds off coming from the direction of Alexandria, causing the back half of the herd to break off and head towards their home. Rick again must reformulate his plan.
You can't do this on your own.
Glenn, I can do this.
You need to help me. We've got to get these people back.
Yeah. Thing is, they aren't all gonna make it.
Rick.
You try to save them, you try, but they can't keep up. You keep going. You have to. You make sure you get back.
Back in Alexandria, we see that the wolves have invaded, killing every defenseless person that they come across and ransacking the houses. Carol infiltrates the wolves group and hands out guns to her people.
You keep choosing this life, you will die.
We didn't choose.
In this instance, we see that Rick and Morgan's roles have reversed. Now it is Morgan who is not willing to put down obvious threats when he has a chance. This decision to let Edward and the others go would directly lead to Rick being attacked. Being forced to defend himself, he fires shots through the RV walls, causing the vehicle to become inoperable. Once inside the gates, Rick tells the people that they're safe and that the walls will hold, but he's met with skepticism. Aaron steps in and says that the wolves found their home because of him. He had dropped his pack, and that's what led them there. And if not for Rick, more walkers would be at their gates. While this is going on, we see that Abraham, Sasha, and Daryl have been separated. Daryl is captured by a member of the Saviors, Dwight, but is later reunited with Abraham and Sasha, and they encounter a group of bikers.
I'm not gonna kill you. You know what? Yes, I am.
What a bunch of assholes.
Let's get you fixed up at home.
Yes, ma'am.
Glenn has survived after falling into a small herd and is rescued by Enid. Back in Alexandria, Rick goes over his plan to lead the walkers away from their gates with Michonne.
We need to get all our people on it. Carl, Tara, Rosita, Carol.
What about everybody else?
Well, let's just keep this to our own for now.
Really? We're in here together. We're catching our breath right now. Anything else is just excuses.
Michonne is clearly disturbed that Rick has not embraced the community as a whole, and this fact is driven home later when Spencer tries to go over the gate to get to a car to lead the walkers away himself.
Come on!
Tara! You almost died once for these people!
What?
What the hell were you doing?
You want to help? Don't make us come running to save you. You got an idea? You come to me. Would you listen to me?
Spencer was right. Rick didn't see himself as an Alexandrian. His group was separate and apart. Those were the only lives that Rick cared about. Deanna later thanks Rick for saving her son's life, and Rick tells her that he had a chance to go for one of the cars and let Spencer die.
But you didn't do that. Why?
Well, I helped save him because he's your son.
Wrong answer.
This wasn't the only challenge to his new philosophy that Rick faced this day. Early on, while bracing part of the wall with Tobin, the older gentleman asked Rick not to give up on them. Tobin has hope and belief in Rick Grimes, but for Rick, he knows that for every thought of hope, tragedy would soon follow. Episode 8 opens with a dark and giddy song, Tiptoe Through the Tulips by Tiny Tim. There is a line that tells of the coming fight Rick and his group are in for. Knee deep in flowers, we'll stray, we'll keep the showers away. Those who are on the street run for shelter. Jesse clears a path for the group that Rick is with, and he and Michonne quickly tend to Deanna's injury.
Well... shit.
While Rick talks to Jesse about his plan to lead the invading walkers away, Michonne has a conversation with Deanna.
I got to do what I wanted right up to the end. What do you want?
I want this place to work.
Yes, but what does that mean for you? What do you want for you?
I don't know.
You better.
In the garage, Ron tries to kill Carl and he ends up breaking a glass door which causes the walkers to get into the home. They are rescued by Rick just in time, and now his plan is once again fast-tracked. He and Michonne kill 2 walkers and tells Jesse and Gabriel that they must cover themselves in walker guts and leave the house. Deanna, knowing that she can't go with them, asks Rick to look after her son, and she tells him that everyone there are his people. That was the right answer. As Rick and the others leave the house, Deanna makes a last stand, taking as many walkers as she can with her. Outside, Rick's group is making their way towards the front gate so that they can get vehicles and lead the walkers away. Gabriel, whom Rick has had a come-to-Jesus moment with, says that he'll take Judith with him back to his church. Jesse tells Sam that he should go with Gabriel, but Sam insists that he's brave and that he can do it. As they're getting closer and closer to the gate, Sam starts to battle with the remembrance of Carol's words.
The monsters will come, and you won't be able to run away when they come for you. The one's out there, and they will tear you apart and eat you up all while you're still alive.
Jesse tries to get him to keep moving, but the boy is frozen, and he won't stop talking. Walkers soon descend upon him, and his mom is left to look on in horror. Rick stares on as he watches another person he cared about die. He again goes through several stages of grief rapidly before realizing that Carl was in danger, and with no other choice, he hacks Jesse's arm off to free his son. He barely has time to switch gears and keep moving when he hears the sound of a gun cock.
You.
And with that, Michonne lays the last member of the Anderson family to rest. Rick nods his head at Michonne, but again is thrown into yet another test of his resolve. Ron had managed to fire off a shot.
This is a gunshot. Handgun, close range.
Please save him. Please.
Rick is reeling, but still knows that he must save the community. He goes back outside and takes on the herd.
Rick's out there. Hold on. He needs my help. One more suture, but he's out there. This is his son. Give me a second.
God will save Alexandria. Because God has given us the courage to save it ourselves.
Eugene, you don't have to.
That's incorrect, I do. No one gets to clock out today. And hell, this is a story people are gonna tell.
As the small group fights to put down every walker they can, every person that Rick had doubted, every person he thought was too weak to survive, were out there by his side, proving him wrong. For a moment though, it looks like they will be overtaken by the horde, but Daryl, Sasha, Glenn, and the others return. By dawn, every walker has been put down, and those who are left are gathered outside the infirmary, while Rick sits with Carl, who is still unconscious.
I was wrong. I thought after living behind these walls for so long that maybe they couldn't learn everything Deanna was talking about. It's possible. It's all possible. I see that now. I want to show you the new world, Carl. I want to make it a reality for you. Please. Carl. Let me show you.
In this moment, one could believe that the old Rick was back, that his hope for a better future had been renewed. But it was just an illusion. Soon, the savage within would make a decision that will not only shatter the happy lives that Rick's people had found in Alexandria, but would lead him to the most devastating loss Rick would ever have to endure.
Man, thank you.
Oh. Spearmint and baking soda, that's my favorite.
As soon as I get it, you will.
I'm Rick. This is Daryl. What's your name?
Paul Rovia. But my friends used to call me Jesus.
Your mom told me I had to figure out what I want for my whole life.
Have you?
I'm working up to it.
Your world's about to get a whole lot bigger.